I don't know what's going on with my light here flashing like this.
You're right.
Kind of creepy.
So you better be.
All right. Well, welcome to Off the Rails, Right versus Left. Dealing with a little lighting issue here, but other than that, we're ready to roll. I'm Rob B.
I'm Bradley.
And this is the podcast that we do. Well, the intro trailer will tell you why. All right, welcome, revelers. This is Off the Rails, Right versus Left, the podcast that we do because we think the left is evil. I'm Rob B.
And I'm Bradley. And I'm Brian G.
And we are Off the Rails, Right versus Left. Again, we're doing this show because we think everybody needs to know that the left is evil.
Classic.
Welcome. So today we're going to talk about a little observation that I have about these social media algorithms and the way that they work. It's just some interesting observations. An update on a near miss last year with a British jet and a Russian jet. So like England almost got pulled into a hot war last year and they completely like underreported it. And then of course, like probably I'd say the biggest story is the document leaker right now. And then like trying to determine how much of what was in the leak is accurate and how much of it was fake. So anyway.
Hey, at least they didn't say that it was Russian propaganda.
Oh, as far as the leak?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually they have.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. So okay, so they're not saying the whole thing's Russian propaganda, but they're saying obviously it was edited by Russians because the numbers were changed. Which is possible. Like
from an Air National Guard kid?
Yeah, so
that's
here's my question. How did some 20-year-old kid from the Air National Guard get access to that?
Well, dude, you can get a pretty high security. You have to have a decent security clearance just to be able to like be on the tarmac. So like the jets and stuff, they're all covered with a red line. And deadly force, they have certain security points where you're supposed to walk through. If you cross the solid red line, deadly force is authorized to fucking take you out if you cross that red line.
I get all
I had to get a security clearance, and I know that because I was stationed in Mountain Home.
That's not my point. I doubt he's got security clearance for global briefings.
Right, yeah, I agree with you. I'm not saying that, but they can't get security clearances. And if it was something of that significance, it wouldn't have been just some airman in there. It would have been like a general or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the fact that like if he even worked for a general, I just don't see that kind of information even getting passed to the National Guard. It's the National Guard.
Right. So, I guess. I mean, unless he was some super hacker.
But that's not what they're claiming. They're claiming that he had access.
No, I don't know what they're claiming. I just know that he was a National Guardsman. I just heard about it a little bit today.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, he liked guns. Well, he served in the military. Every military man I've ever known liked guns to a degree.
Yeah, unless they were sitting in the office fucking doing paperwork.
Right, because if you're in the military, guns are your life.
Yeah.
You live and die by the gun.
It can cost you your life, and it can save your life.
Exactly. So I don't know. The whole situation to me looks and sounds like setup, like a smokescreen, gaslighting.
Oh yeah.
So
for the next year and a half, everything is going to go crazy.
So here's my thing on it. Okay. I don't believe this kid had access to the information. I think he's scapegoated. I think it came from some sort of hack or some other human operation, right? But then how bad is our counterintelligence and our counter espionage efforts that we allowed somebody from Russia to get access to that kind of information in order to be able to get it and change it before distributing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's
like,
another thing. A 20-year-old National Guardsman doesn't have contacts in Russia. Let's be serious.
No.
Like,
well, I mean, how long has he been in the Air National Guard?
Huh?
How long has he been in the Air Guard?
I don't know, but look
If
at
he, well, I thought they said he was. I thought they said he was 25.
No,
So
still 25.
even if he went in, say at 17, that's 8 years. He might have been able to get to Russia, but I don't think he would have been able to set up fucking some super fucking spy espionage fucking situation like we have right now, right?
Exactly.
So, and he would be a high ranking fucking, a somewhat higher, like a first sergeant equivalent in the Air Force. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if he was like a long-term asset that they were developing, he would have left the National Guard and gone into the main body Air Force and tried to work up there a long time ago to provide better intelligence. But if he is working with the Russians, it's Bernie Sanders' fault.
Is it?
Yeah, commie bastard.
That's why he joined the Air Force instead of a fucking good fucking roughneck Marine fucking Army fucking job. He's like, I want to ride a stationary bicycle for my PT test. Dude, the Air Force has fucking got it made, dude. They're so fucking laid back.
I don't know. My brother got discharged during boot camp because he knocked out his drill instructor.
Active duty Air Force, bro. They get deployed for 6 months out of the year, and then they're home for 6 months out of the year. When they deploy, someone else packs their bags for them.
Air Force?
Yes, the whole supply fucking battalion packs all these fucking people's gear, and they all get the same thing.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
So why do they get treated like that?
Dude, I don't know, man.
Are you specifically talking about pilots?
No, I'm talking about fucking anybody that gets deployed, like the security forces for the Air Force, gets deployed a lot because there's a lot of fucking security bases around the fucking world, you know? So they all have to fucking, patrol the fucking bases to make sure everybody's obeying the UCMJ.
Right.
And
Universal Code of Military Justice, right?
Yeah, so all their shit is packed. If they're going to like fucking Kuwait or something, they get fucking their packs all fucking packed. Their NBC fucking outfit, everything is fucking packed for them, and it's all put on the plane for them from supply.
And you get a. Dude, that is so weird.
Me in the Army, I had to pack my own shit, and I had to do inventory of my own shit, and I had to fucking it was ridiculous. Like,
yeah, you had to pack up your own duffel bag.
Yeah, and then when we were going to get on the plane, we had to wear all of our gear and hold all of our fucking baggage on us while we're walking onto the plane.
That's
because we had to step on the scale to make sure that we weren't overweight. I was like, man, thank God I'm a fucking 150-pound kid, man. Holy shit.
Your bag probably weighed more than you.
Right? So can you imagine those people that were like slightly overweight?
Oh, and nowadays when they're all overweight.
Yeah.
Well, not all, but a lot.
Well, and they changed the freaking, PT shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I didn't go through what they're going through now, because this just sounds like fucking babysitters club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. So I'm trying to get a more comfortable position here. I didn't really get a chance to scope out how I was going to sit during the show. So, so I don't know. Can we imagine the government attempting to railroad somebody that really wasn't guilty?
Nixon? Trump?
Agnew?
Yeah.
Those are just three off the top of my head. And then, I don't know. It's just awfully suspect to me.
Yeah.
So now it's funny, though. is nobody's going to see our theories about this because of the algorithms.
Yeah.
Well, they'll see it
Explain.
on Rumble. Like, dude, we get a ton of views on Rumble. Well, not
Really?
a ton, but we get a decent amount of views. Like, I'm happy that we're sharing what we have to say with a couple hundred people most episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool with that. The fact that anybody takes their time to listen to what we have to say, to me, that's awesome. But where's your leftist tears tumbler, bro?
In the van. That's my coffee cup. I got free coffees for having that cup, bro.
You what?
I've gotten free coffee for having that cup, man.
I mean, it's cool. Like,
Oh,
no
I
doubt.
love it.
I lost mine a long time ago.
Whatever I drink out of it tastes 100 times better just because it's in that cup.
Yeah, mixed in with the leftist tears.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you know it'd be like hilarious. No, dude. Okay, I'm declaring this as the copyright. I'm gonna patent it. Patent pending. Filing the application right now.
Okay.
Leftist tears, ice cubes.
Do they when they melt?
Do they what?
Do they when they melt?
No, they change genders when they melt. They start out blue and they turn pink.
Well,
No,
they start out solid and become gender fluid.
no. So no. Here is my thought on that though. You know, the invisible ice cubes. Have them actually color changing, so when they're frozen, they're blue. Mm-hmm. When they're not frozen, they're pink.
There you go, because they start turning fucking conservative.
So no, I was just thinking leftists. You know, they start out blue like a boy, and then they go pink like a girl.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
So, and then of course, you know, the ice cubes are made of leftist tears anyway. So, anyway, I just thought that would be funny as hell. So let's see. Oh, the near miss. So yeah, so the details on that near miss, it was kind of crazy. I'm guessing somewhere in the Arctic or Bering Sea or something like, or not Bering Sea, but the Baltic Sea. But like a year ago, there was this big reporting about the almost collision between a Russian jet and a British jet, and it caused a bunch of tensions, right? Well, it turns out that's not actually what happened. So what actually happened was the pilot misheard the command from his commander and fired on the RAF jet. Of course, then again, this tells us, well, we've kind of already figured out how accurate the missiles and shit that Russia has are during the course of the Ukrainian war. Like, I mean, I don't think Ukraine's wiping the floor with Russia. I think considering what they're up against, Ukraine is wiping the floor with Russia. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, for now, they're fighting them to a stalemate, and there's no way that should be possible.
Right.
Like,
well, I mean, they've gotten a lot of aid from the U.S. and other countries, so.
Dude, that's irrelevant. Russia has sent in 750,000 troops at this point.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but we have helped them. We are a big part of why they've been able. Now,
I freaking hate Facebook. I was watching videos on Facebook, and I got one of Tucker Carlson where he said the leak shows that there are U.S. troops on the ground, but as soon as the video started, like, it did that thing where it cycled and loaded a new set of videos, and I haven't been able to find the video again since.
Oh, yeah. No, I think Dan Bongino has it, but you're going to have to look in his archives.
Yeah, so, like...
Dan Bongino always plays Tucker's shit.
So, and that's another weird thing about these algorithms, okay? So, it keeps playing for me a lot of shit that I would like to watch. But it's playing me shit from last year and 2 years ago. And, like... I can't force it. I'm like having a hard time forcing it. I have to literally type in what I want to see and then go in and sort it by the date. Yeah. And then eliminate all the ones that aren't actually those people, the ones taking clips from the show. Like, it's ridiculous. And these are on like pages that I'm following. Like, they're making it that hard for me to find something that somebody follows. So it really tells you how bad they're fucking with the algorithms on that side, that even the people you follow when you search them, you can't find the shit that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So, and then like you saw the test run that I ran with that short. I put the same short on our page as I did on my gaming page. On my gaming page, it's at almost 12,000 views. On our page, like in an hour, it got like 1,700 views, and then it stopped. They stopped putting it in the feed. Like as soon as the algorithm realized it was a conservative page, they shut it off.
That's crazy.
So, and that's just like point blank obvious that that's what they did. And it like, it's pretty much the same thing. Like early on our shows, we were starting to get like, 500, 1,000 views, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they like took off a bunch of our videos, and ever since then, we don't get that many views. On the flip side, the more shows we do on Rumble, the more views we're getting, the more people we're getting watching live, and the more people that we're getting watching after the fact. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it definitely shows how they play. Meanwhile, like on my gaming channel, like the views are just going like steadily up. Like it's almost like a parabolic curve going up at this point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like crazy, just like how bad they try and like just screw you over. Anyway, what was that you were talking about? Because I thought it was interesting. I just didn't see the story that you saw like right before we started.
Oh, Dylan Mulvaney runs away from James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe confronted him at a fucking hotel. Hold on.
Like he didn't even say anything. He just ran like a bitch.
I can pull it up. We can listen to it.
So you know what? I figured out how to like put this. So while you're pulling that up, so check this out. Transgenders know they're not women. You know how I know they're not women? And how I know that they know they're not women? How they refer to real women. Chest feeders.
Because you saw the TYT thing, didn't you?
No. I got that. No, but everything on it. Like, what do they call them? Chest feeders.
Childbirthing persons.
Yeah.
Menstruating
person.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anything to keep a gender real.
No, but here's my point. The list of things that they call real women are all the things that prove they're not women. So they know they're not women. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least the ones that are crazy enough to pretend like they have periods, they're at least pretending that they actually think they're women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But these other ones that don't go through any of the handing out tampons in the bathroom, speaking to that like Mulvaney nut job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So
So it's like, I mean, it's just ironic to me that oh cool, peacock. It's just ironic to me that like literally like what they refer to real women as is like their confession of their acknowledgement of how they're not women.
James O'Keefe with OMG News outside the Four Seasons Hotel.
You ready? He's
Yeah,
outside.
go ahead.
He's outside the Four Seasons Hotel. Apparently. Sorry, guys. This is only audio.
In Beverly Hills, Dylan Mulvaney is inside the women's restroom right now. So I'm going to ask him for comment about our story regarding women being raped in prison by men claiming to be transgender. Here we go. Dylan, this is James O'Keefe, OMG. Women are being raped in a prison in Washington State by men claiming to be transgender. There's footage of them talking about the rape. Do you have a comment on the story here of the women being raped by the men claiming to be transgender? James O'Keefe, OMG News. What do you think about the women who are being raped by the men who are transgender? Do you have a comment about that? Please don't come in the elevator. What do you think about? What is your comment to the women who are being raped by men claiming to be transgender, Dylan? So we're here with Dylan. Haven't had much Bud Light recently, but we're very interested in the women's prison. Dylan? Okay. She went into the women's restroom. What the hell are you doing? This is a women's bathroom. Trying to show them the footage. No comment here at the Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills. All right. I wonder where she's going. He's going.
Oh my god, he opened up the fridge.
You guys have any like O'Keefe beer? O'Keefe beer? No O'Keefe beer? You guys have O'Keefe beer? You don't carry O'Keefe beer? No one will get a shipment in? I'm James O'Keefe with OMG News outside the Four Seasons.
That's hilarious.
Dude,
Yeah, he
I
didn't
love how
say
he like
anything.
manages those gotcha moments to people.
Yeah.
So I think he's brilliant. I think it's pretty shitty what they did to him at his company.
O'Keefe?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
for sure.
you know it's funny because in the show the other day we were talking about the exact same situation in England. Like the administrator of the prisons there got fired because literally the dude was on trial for rape and transitioned during the trial. And when he was sent to serve his sentence in a women's prison. And as soon as he got there, started raping everybody.
Judges are stupid.
And
Liberal,
they didn't do
liberal
shit
leftist, progressive
well, no, but that's
judges.
the law there.
Okay, so
So the politicians are people.
yeah,
The
it's the
people are stupid.
legislature.
Dude, everybody in this country who has voted Democrat for the last 20 years is either stupid or evil. Period. There is if you're a Democrat and you're watching at this point, you are stupid or you are evil if you still vote Democrat. Dude, they do everything they can to destroy black people. They are destroying the Hispanic heritage and culture of the actual Hispanic culture in this country, like the Tejanos and La Raza culture and all that, because they're actually bringing in these people that are bringing in a different culture, a culture that, by the way, destroyed their own countries.
If I talk to one of the Latin guys that I work with and call them a Latinx or Latinx,
Dude, they
they'd
punch
probably throw a fucking wrench at me.
you. They just punch you. Be like, what the fuck you talking about, Wado? So, and then, yeah, like everything they're fucking doing. Like they're sacrificing babies to Satan. They're raising up all these fucking people and glorifying them that are satanic. No,
They're
noticeably
want to
satanic.
sexualize kids. They're pedophiles.
I still think it was funny yesterday in the Conspiracy Theory Thursday. Like we ran off one of the ones, the conspiracy theory that like all these people are clones, possessed by demons. And then, like, dude, do you remember there was that one movie where like that's literally what they were doing? They were creating clones so demons could possess them because the clone didn't have a soul and it was supposed to be like the host body for the Antichrist.
Man, I don't know. I ever stopped.
Dude, it was a big movie. I just forget what his name was.
What, Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
No. It was demons, literally demons. Like, but they were they were cloning them. It was like in the genre. It was like back in the era and genre of like The Exorcist and Omen and all that. So, anyways, it's just kind of interesting as we're getting to the point where we probably actually have that cloning technology and all that. And all these people are acting so freaking weird and so freaking evil these days.
Oh, man, they've got an artificial womb.
Yeah, dude. They don't even need to like have a good solid womb to put it in. They can just like clone your shit, put it into an artificial egg, put the artificial egg in the artificial womb, and then grow the little demon baby while like Beelzebub hops in and goes, all right, let's run this joint. Huh?
Isn't that what fucking Herschel Walker was talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't follow that much about Herschel Walker.
Neither did I. I'm sad that he didn't make it. That would have been interesting, at least.
Yeah, more interesting than that
Warnock
wonderful
beating his
senator
wife.
from Pennsylvania.
Yeah. What's up with Feinstein? She needs to like retire, give up.
Oh, dude, what the fuck is? Oh, what is her name? Like one of the senior like Democrats, the black lady who's always like talking about crazy shit. What's her name?
Oh,
Oh my god.
Waters.
Yeah, Waters. Anyway, she actually went on a show and she was actually talking some like truth. Like I forget even the topic. It just shocked me that she said something that was actually true. But I think it was like around like all these um the charges against Trump, and she said something about, well, we need to see what's going on and all of this and let the process play out because you know if you're like it was the weirdest thing. Like she is actually and then she was talking like it was the weirdest interview. It was like an actual liberal from like 50 years ago got transplanted into her body and went on this TV show.
Really?
Like she was still definitely liberal, but she
Right.
wasn't lying out of her ass to like
She was like
justify
she was
radical
a little
bullshit.
more moderate than she usually is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like what's going on with you know, Cenk Yeager right now. I wouldn't say that he's like getting red pilled or anything, but dude, he's starting to look around and realize that like the left has dragged him into the cesspool. Like, and
Well,
then
yeah,
like
and
if you,
the chick that is Anna Kasparian.
yeah, Anna Kasparian.
She fucking freaked out on people because she was saying, dude, I'm not a fucking birthing person. I'm not a fucking person with a womb. I'm a woman. Why can't you just call me a fucking woman? Because that the right wants us to define what a woman is, and then if we do, then our trans agenda is fucked.
Right. And then Cenk Yeager after that, he put on there that he put up a post that said, "This is the problem with the left in this country. You can agree, some like you can disagree 95% of the time with with a conservative and agree with them 5% of the time, and they'll choose to get along with you. You can disagree with a liberal or a leftist like 99% or agree with them 99% of the time, but that 0.001% of the time that you disagree, they will then try and destroy you."
Yeah, yeah. And she was being accused of being a far right activist.
Yeah, and that's
What?
ridiculous.
Are you
Like
fucking
TYT is
kidding
one of the
me?
most liberal bullshit on the air, you know?
Dude, that's the fucking left eating the left. Are you serious? What? There's nobody on the right gets you off anymore, so you just attack your own people? Eat yourself from the inside out. I don't care.
Like, neither do I. Just remember when they finally get done destroying you and you climb back into sanity, just don't bring any of your liberal bullshit ideas to the right party.
Right.
Like, fucking like actually. So this is my problem about how accepting we are to these people. They end up being fucking rhinos because they're
Yes,
still
they
stupid
squish
with the
too much.
indoctrination that they've received their whole lives.
They squish too much. They just give too much. They're like, okay, go along to get along. Well, then they keep coming at us, and because they're like, dude, the last time I remember successfully getting what I wanted, I was throwing a fit. I remember that. That's how I got my last job. I was like, I said, but I'm white privileged. I want this job and I want it now. Right? That's how you get stuff. That's how you get stuff, right? I
That
know
works.
that's how I deal with my children. Oh wait, no, that's not what I do.
Anyway,
Because that's what the left acts like. A bunch of evil children that haven't experienced life or had to work for anything in their life. Or know the
exactly.
value of anything.
Well, because like 70% of Democrat voters right now are college kids that have literally done nothing in life. And they're not going to have kids anytime soon because they were convinced by the left not to have kids. Why? Because they know if you have kids, you become more conservative because
Mm-hmm.
you realize everything that the Democrats believe in is dangerous for your kids. So you have to be really brainwashed onto the plantation in order to go along with them once you have kids.
They usually start becoming more conservative once they start paying taxes and like actually have to work for their money.
There you go. When they start realizing that like most of the work that they do, you go to work 10, 15 hours a day, half that works for the government.
Mm-hmm.
More to the point, you work a 15-hour day, 7.5 hours of that day was for people that don't get out of bed and go to work at all.
Yep.
That's the reality.
And what you're talking about is the fucking welfare programs that are
Everything
there.
we have in this country is welfare programs at this point, except for the military.
Yeah, but the thing is though is they're there to help you when you're down if you lose your job, right?
Right.
They're there to help you so you can survive while you're trying to get back on your feet to like
So,
get a new job. Or,
right. So, and here's a little thing about the tax revenues that they talk about every year. The numbers are a lie. So, like, they say, oh, we're going to take in $30 trillion in taxes this year, right? Well, when they give you that number, they've already like deducted the $5 trillion that they give away in income tax refunds to people that didn't pay income tax. So that's $5 trillion in off the books welfare that never gets tracked.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yep, we're coming up at a half an hour, so.
Yep, we're gonna light it and burn it, and y'all have a great weekend. We'll be on short tomorrow. I guess it might just be me. We'll see what happens. Brad gets busy. Brian, it's his like worst day of the week, so I don't know if he'll be able to get on. We'll see. Today's his only day of the week to do anything fun, so he's usually out doing stuff with his kids or his friends.
Yeah, he
Today,
said
that's
he
why
was
he's
out
not here.
watching a movie or something.
Yeah, so it
Good
is
on
what
him.
it is. One of these days, I'll take a day off and let Brian and Brad do the show. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Stay right. Stay conservative. Stay fearing God. And God, pray for our country because with these idiots in charge, we need it.
Be prepared.
Oh, yeah. Dude, stock it up. Did you see that link I sent you? Another deal for the 3-month supply. Got another 3 months.
Nice.
Well, I figure everybody keeps telling me they're going to come to my place if shit hits the fan. So, I mean, I got a 2-year supply for me, but if a bunch of people are going to start showing up, I need to expand my supplies.
A buddy of mine that I was in the army with has like a fucking storage container filled with shit, vacuum sealed foods and shit up in North Dakota or something. And we're supposed to go up there and fucking go grab that shit.
Nice.
So we'll see. But yes, be prepared.
Always be prepared. If you don't have at least a month's supply of food at this point, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Because when shit hits the fan, like within the first month, most of the losers are going to die.
Yep.
Like that's it. They're going to starve to death. Or die of thirst.
Mm-hmm.
Or die of poisoning from drinking water they can't drink.
Yeah.
So anyways, peace out, guys. Have a good night. We'll be at you tomorrow. It was Off the Rails, right versus left.